Welcome back. Today I'm going to be drawing Luca from the new Disney Pixar movie, Luca. So let's get started. I'm first going to start with a circle for the eye and then move slightly across, and I'm going to make another circle relatively the same size. All right, smaller circle inside on both of those circles, and then one slightly smaller inside that for his pupil. And we'll come back and add color to that. Now dropping down slightly in the center here, I'm just going to kind of make almost like this wavy line, kind of like a W, stretched out for the nose, and then almost like this wavy oval shape here for the mouth. Okay, right above that, I'll put in kind of like a bumpy line going across for his teeth line, and then a curved line here for the tongue. So let's kind of round out the face now, starting from this area here. I'm going to kind of come down slightly straight, almost kind of like into the diagonal. Little curved line here for his ear, and then round out the bottom for the bottom portion of his face. And then kind of slightly straight on this side. So again, we're going to come up slightly straight, but what I mean by that is kind of goes into a diagonal here. Okay, across here, we're going to make another curved line for his ear. And then we're going to kind of wave out here slightly to make his hair. That'll come all the way across the top here. Slightly wavy line, little bumpy in areas. Maybe a little kind of twist here. And then come out to the side slightly, and then little wave line back down to meet it at his ear. Let's make the kind of the hairline here. So I'm going to come up starting here, little wavy line, kind of straight across the center here. And he has this little kind of curl that comes down here, almost into like a spiral, and then bring it back around. His hair is kind of wavy, so I'm just going to put in some wave lines there. Funny, kind of represents almost like the sea or the ocean there, which is kind of cool. Maybe that was intentional. All right, so his eyebrows are going to go right above his eyes here. So here, kind of like this pointed line out to the side, almost like a teardrop shape, but sideways. Okay, let's start working on the shoulders and neck area. So I'm going to start here, and we're going to make his collar. So it's going to be kind of this triangular shape on this side, and then another one on the other side. This side, we'll see a little bit more of it, so it's going to be more of like a parallelogram. So I started with this diagonal, two lines coming across and then meeting it up. We'll make the center line for his shirt. So I'm just coming kind of straight down, out to both sides, and he's fairly thin. So I'm going to kind of come out, and this line, since he's fairly thin, doesn't come past, if I was to draw a drop line from his eye, doesn't really come past his the outside of his eye. So we're going to sketch this back up on both sides. Again, same thing on this side, doesn't really come past the outside of his eye. Okay, for his shirt sleeves, the short sleeves, so we're just going to kind of draw a line on both sides here, and then to a diagonal up and round it in toward the top. So diagonal up and round it in toward the top, kind of toward the collar. We're going to bring his arms down, just hanging out his side, so I'm just going to kind of draw a line that comes all the way down, and then I'll come back and indicate where his hands are when we add his shorts. So again, just bring this line down, kind of goes behind his shirt on this side. His shorts are going to be here, so here's the center line of his shorts, coming across on both sides, and then back in toward his shirt. It's almost like this kind of trapezoid shape because they're angled as they come back in. So now we can show where his hands are going to be, and they're just going to be kind of rounded to the side. So there and there. All right, let's continue with his feet. I'm going to give kind of a guide point of where his feet are going to end up. So about here and here. And let's draw a line kind of down for his legs, and then they kind of bend down here toward his feet, where his feet are going to be. So one there, and then this one's going to be about here. So here, again, making the thickness of the leg, and then it kind of breaks and bends down. It's going to be about even on both sides. And then we'll round out the backs for his foot on both sides, curve it around, and then to make it look dimensional, like it's coming forward, we're going to make it at a diagonal out. Diagonal out. We'll round out his toes, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then just bring it back in at a diagonal. So again, 1, big toes on the inside, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it back in at a diagonal. All right, let's add some color to Luca. So I'm first going to start with his skin tone. I'm going to start with a peach color. I'm just going to start to fill in wherever his skin tone is, starting with his arms and his face. And I watched this movie last night, and I thought it was really, really awesome. I really enjoyed the storyline, the plot of the story. Thought it was very cool, and I love the whole, sea piece of it, and obviously the Italian piece of it, because that is my heritage. So I thought I really related to that, and I thought it was really quite cool. Okay, so a lot of these pencil lines I'm just going to kind of go over because we're going to come back with a bit of a darker color and an outlining, so that's why I wanted to get the peach in there first. The nose, I'm just going to kind of go right over that with the peach. We'll come back over it and outline it. If you haven't seen the movie yet, I definitely recommend it. If you have seen it, drop a comment down below and let me know if you liked it. I have to say it was one of my favorite Disney newer animation movies. Alright, let's get into a sienna brown. With the sienna brown, I'm going to fill in the iris of the eye and also the hair. And the eyebrows. I'm going to go with a blue here, an indigo blue for his shorts. Kind of like that trapezoid shape like we talked about. Just outline that. And for his shirt design, there's not much to it. It is basically just some stripes along the sleeves, some stripes along kind of the center of the shirt here. We'll put a couple on the collar, and then there's a couple of stripes that go in the vertical direction or opposite the horizontal stripe. And we'll do one up the sleeve here as well. Okay, what I'm also going to do is add a little bit of pink. I'm going to do that for his tongue. And I'm going to give him some blushies on both sides. And we'll put a little blushy area on the tip of his nose as well. Okay, I'm going to get into my outlining marker now and just kind of basically go around the drawing and kind of clean up my lines if I added any color that went out of the line. Kind of add in his pupils with the outlining marker. And then I'll color in the inside of his mouth with my outlining marker. I'm also going to add some buttons to his shirt. And that is going to conclude our drawing of Luca. I hope you guys really enjoy this one. It's a lot of fun to draw. Give them a try, and see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.